Greetings, sir. This may concern Christian Aguilar here, back with another series review, and in today's series review I'm going to be reviewing the new Disney Plus original series, Star Wars Visions. Now, Star Wars Visions came out sometime last week. I am catching up on it this weekend, and I finished watching all 9 episodes, and my lord, they nailed it. The essence of Star Wars, the great storytelling that can be told within the Star Wars universe is all right here. I mean, all the potential that Star Wars can be is right here. Like, there's so much in these 9 episodes that I wish were on the big screen. It was my friend Shannon that said that any one of these stories could have been on the big screen and everyone would have been okay with it. You know, and I agree, because these are great stories being told. And the beauty about it is that if you go into them, there's nothing too complex about each of the stories. There's a fairly simple plot that leads you from point A to point B, and there's a lot of fun and thrilling things that happen in between. And let me tell you, when it comes to fight scenes, especially lightsaber fight scenes, this show does it right. Of course, with the heavy influence of Japanese animation, there was bound to be some badass fight scenes in this, and this series delivers. I mean, there's so many beautiful fight scenes. That's a testament to the animation, the writing that helps build up to it, you know, the voice performances, both in Japanese and English. This show is really good. My personal favorite episode, The Ninth Jedi, which is, I believe, episode 5. That was wow, because I loved seeing the creation of lightsabers, the use of a kyber crystal when you craft a lightsaber, and I love how the sabersmith was able to tweak the kyber crystal in order to not only change color based on the Force user's persona and how entwined they are with the Force, but also it changes length, which is something I thought was really brilliant and would be really efficient in combat. And I really admire the fact that they were able to introduce all these unique and fun, interesting characters that honestly I had no trouble following. Each protagonist in each of these little shorts are great characters, and I kind of hope they come back in some form or way. I honestly, personally would love that if this were all canon, and this was taking place elsewhere in the galaxy, while the stories of the Skywalkers that we all know and love, maybe not the last 3, but we all know about, are happening in one part of the universe, while all of this stuff's happening in different sectors of the universe. I think it'd be so cool to have all these canon. I mean, why not? When Disney bought Star Wars, they kind of threw away all the Legends comic books, novels, and video games, and they said, well, those are just considered legends. They're not canon anymore. And now you got to make all that lore again, you know, technically. I mean, since you've like dismissed the original lore, you got to make new ones. So I mean, Visions is a perfect lore expansion. Why not make it canon? It's a very fun show from beginning to end. Like, you go through these like butter, and I love how they're relatively short. They don't waste a lot of time building up or like trying to set things up for future plot lines or anything. It's just, here's a little snippet into this universe, here's a little snippet into this story and this story at this time and period, at this point in time. I love how it's very expansive, but in a very isolated and contained way. Short form storytelling is always challenging to do, and it's so cool to see all these little stories feel so massive and so epic. And with all that being said, I mean, Visions is easily a 5 out of 5 Skarsgårds. I mean, 100%. There is not really that much of a weak episode in here. I can sit here and go on about what I love about this show. There's hardly little that I dislike. Honestly, that's how good this season 1 is. And I hope they come back for a season 2. Whether that be starting new stories and continuing with keeping things fresh and original, or continuing some of the storylines here. Like, I would not mind seeing the Ninth Jedi or Toby's story continue on in a season 2 episode. I also wouldn't mind seeing what happens to the brother from episode 3, the twins. What happens with them and where does their story take off. I also don't mind seeing what happens with the duel. You know, where does that wandering stranger go? Maybe he meets up with Mando. That's what. That's one of the things that really reminded me of Mandalorian, because Mandalorian takes a lot of inspiration from those old westerns, and The Duel took inspiration from a lot of Kurosawa films. So I can totally see them being that badass wandering crossover. Will they be enemies? Will they be allies? Who knows? But it was really cool to see him collect all those kyber crystals and just be like this mysterious force-using wanderer. It was really badass to see. So, have you seen Star Wars Visions in its entirety? What did you think of it? Let me know down below, and as always, please like, share, subscribe to support this little side hobby I am doing. Friendly reminder, the rendered image every Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. live on YouTube, over on my friend Tyler's channel, a show I co-host with him and Shannon about recent movie news, updates, and topics. Link is always down below in the description, and the show might be moving to Sunday nights as well, so that's always exciting. 2 shows in 1 week. The movie news just keeps coming, and 1 show isn't enough to keep up with everything, so we decided to move on to 2 shows a week, which will be exciting to do. Thank you so much for reaching to the end of this video. I hope you're all safe and well out there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.